Fine and there once was a podcast in the great internet of internets. It was called Fine and Dandy. Muy influential podcast. You have to remember, folks, where there's a podcast, there's a Fine and Dandy.
Yee! Alright. Shout out all 5 followers listening.
Shout out all the pair.
Shout out all the pair. Hey, we're back. We're fine and dandy. Hey, all of our audience out there, all 5 or 6 of you, just know we thank you from the bottoms of our heart. You know, you're what really keeps us going every week and pushes us to try.
You're who keeps the lights on.
I don't think that's true.
Well,
you keep
That's
our
probably
lights
not
on the
In our
inside,
hearts.
in our hearts. You keep the lights on the inside.
our inner lights.
You keep us going.
Our innards.
You keep that fire burning.
Our innard skinnards.
And speaking of fire, yeah, I had nothing honestly, but thank you so much. Honestly, we're back.
We're back. And we're back.
This weekend with the Hollywood Hills. I'm kidding. We're not that type of podcast either.
We are that type of podcast.
Yeah,
We're that type of podcast.
we are.
Sorry
Nah.
now.
Yeah, we're Entertainment Weekly basically. Like we're just gonna give you updates on the
On
dumbest.
the updates. We're giving you updates on the updates. That's
So-
what we're doing. It's meta as shit.
Hey, you know what? ASAP Rocky and
Rihanna are
Yeah.
pregnant, apparently. Well, I think ASAP Rocky's pregnant with Rihanna's baby.
That's true. That's what I saw. They're actually trying new technology out for the.
New
They're
technology.
trying out the new technology. ASAP Rocky's actually pregnant with Rihanna's baby.
That's how it goes. Yeah, I think he's like showing actually, starting to show.
Yeah, he is.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that next week. That's when we cover that. But this week, we're covering some other
Some other
entertainment
some other
scandals,
entertainment
as you
scandals.
know, because as you all know, Fine and Dandy is the entertainment scandal.
The center for
Of
all
the-
scandalous entertainment centers
If you need the updates on the updates,
on the updates.
Fine and Dandy's got the secrets and the keys to unlock the hidden doors that
It's like, are you gonna just keep going?
That
That's
open.
hilarious. We've got the secrets. Why does it sound like a movie trailer? They've got the secrets to unlock
to the keys
a
that unlock
secret door that has a lock pad.
that leads to a place. Just to nowhere. It's just like the bright light. You know when you open a
That's
door?
the movie title, Doors to Nowhere.
Holy shit.
It's deep as fuck.
It's just like you open the door. You know how the bright light
Yeah.
and it just open like the bright light shines and it just goes back to us opening another door.
or we open a door and the secret is that we're not ourselves, we're a shade of ourselves, because as soon as we open the door we see ourselves opening the door, who sees themselves opening the door, and it's just an everlasting cycle of your variants seeing themselves closing and opening doors.
You're trapped, and the whole time
The
they're
door
trapped
to
in a time loop.
nowhere, because nowhere is where your mind goes whenever you're opening doors.
He's dropping knowledge on you. He's dropping knowledge. That's fucking knowledge right there. Alright, and the end scene, it turns out they're just they're in a globe. And then like it's just us playing with the globe of ourselves opening doors, and then we go to leave and we open a door and it's just us going back to us opening a door.
Or it's like
It's infinite.
It's like you're shaking the snowball, right? And you see them closing the door in the snowball. And then, like, you go to open your door and you're a snowball, and they're shaking your shit. And you close your door, and then they're in a snowball.
It's an endless cycle of snowballs.
It's the door to snowball land.
Door to no. No, don't open that door. We're just gonna end up in a snowball. I have to. I have no other chance. I have no other choice.
I know if I open this door, it's gonna just mean that I'm waking up in a snowball, but I can't break the cycle.
This week on Fine and Dandy, we talk about the mystery of Josephine, Georgia.
Who the fuck is Josephine
I
Georgia?
don't know.
Oh no, I dropped a nail.
I'm just thinking, what if we were like, watch out, dude, come on, bro.
I almost did it
You
again.
almost did it again. You moved out of that spot for a reason.
Yes.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Just thinking, if Fine and Dandy, but we're just different podcasts. Next week, we're gonna be a criminal. No, what is it? The true crime podcast.
I was like, we're gonna be criminals next week? Hell yeah.
We're gonna be the criminal podcast. We do crimes and talk on the mic. This
Can we
week,
like start a foundation where we get like, we raise money to fund people in prison to have their own podcast? I feel like they got stories. I mean, they may not be the nicest people, so don't let them out, but like, maybe get their side of the story.
I'm innocent. Alright, that's enough time for you, sir. It wasn't me. Yeah, that's great. Alright.
No. What I'm saying is we get them mics and interfaces and a PC and teach them how to use OBS and teach them how to edit, right?
And
Or some of them might already know how.
And then some of them
And then we
turn
let them
those
just
into
get
shanks.
and then we just let them get creative. Yeah, somebody might die at some places, but you know what? That's not part of the foundation's
doing
problem. That's part of the prison's problem.
Is it more harm than good?
I feel like probably a whole lot more harm than good, but it would be an interesting concept for a foundation. Yeah, we raise money to give prisoners a voice.
Fine and Dandy.
The
Prison
voice,
Break.
the voice of the voiceless.
Wait. Fine and Dandy. Prison Break the silence because they have a voice too.
Unsilencing the silenced. Fuck! I keep dropping this goddamn nail. I don't know where it went.
This week on Fine and why are you worried about a nail, dude?
Because I keep playing
You're a
with it.
child.
I know.
All right, now, but for real, this week on Fine and Dandy, getting our shit together.
Happy New Year.
I mean, I guess it's official. It's not officially the New Year till Chinese New Year.
Is that true?
I don't know. I mean,
Alright.
I don't know why they have a New Year than we do.
I guess China does own this country, so that does make sense.
I mean, I guess your New Year could start really technically my New Year is on my birthday.
That's true. So like,
It's a new year for
should
me.
we just like change the happy birthday song to Happy New Year?
I don't know. I see my birthday as just like a gathering. Gather
Yeah.
people together.
I mean,
have a good time.
that's how I'm seeing it. Like, as of now, I kind of don't really like enjoy doing like celebrations where we have like a cake and everything. I'd rather do like a crawfish boil or fucking go to the beach or some shit. You know what I mean? Just get together and do some fun shit.
That's where I'm at. That's why I did a crawfish boil 2 years in a row. Just get everyone together, chill, catch some brews.
Yeah.
It doesn't even. I don't even care for my birthday to be about me per se.
I don't usually like my birthday being about me. necessarily. I feel like it just gives me like it just blows my head up type shit for no
Like
reason.
when people are like, "Happy birthday!" Like I'm like, dude, it's like okay.
Happy birthday! How does it feel to be? It's like the same, if not worse.
I'm not gonna lie though. The other day when I walked in to work, it was Tommy's birthday, and then the chef was like, "Here's some pancakes for your birthday," and then the other manager was like, "Tommy, you can go home." I was like, "Fuck! All right, I'm telling them it's my birthday."
Whenever my birthday comes, I'm definitely letting this restaurant know.
Yeah, right. You can go home. Yes. Day off. Let's go. I don't even care about the praise. I just didn't want to work today.
Bro, I had like my fucking server shift review last time I worked the morning. And I was high as shit whenever I went in. I was kind of like super obliterated. And I was definitely not ready for that. So I was in pre-shift just reading that shit. I was like, okay, I do most of this shit all the time anyways. But like, am I going to remember to do this shit right now? Probably not. But apparently I did a good job. They told me just to push at more LBW, liquor, wine, and beer and shit. And then to push after dinner drinks. I don't ever do that shit. After people are done eating, I'm like, you want dessert or you want to leave?
I don't know. I'm not a person to push anything on anyway.
Right?
No, you want. It's like, what do you have that's good? I like this. Yeah, that doesn't really matter because we have these future cocktails that you probably might like, but I can't count on that, so just get them.
It's like real shit. Like yesterday we were having like a bingo contest type shit, and I was like running through that shit. So somebody was like, "How's the ribeye?" I was like, honestly, I need to sell a short rib just to like win this shit right now. So he's like, ribeye or salmon? I said, honestly, sir, a short rib is better than both of those. He's like, better than the ribeye? I was like, uh-huh. He's like, all right, I'll take it. He's like, honestly, later on, he's like, honestly, I kind of prefer the ribeye, but this is an excellent choice. I'm glad you gave it to me type shit. I was like, thank you. I mean, I would have rathered honestly the $12 more for the ribeye, but also like I won the contest, got a free meal and cocktail, so fuck it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather have a ribeye than a short rib too. If I'm being honest.
Right.
Short rib's still gas.
Yeah, but a ribeye's a ribeye. Yeah. Shit's fire.
Alright, so where do you think podcasts are going?
I think it's gonna get like I've talked about it before, but I think it's just gonna become like more. I think it's really gonna get. Are you okay?
Yeah, let's keep going.
I think it's gonna get to like a midnight gospel level, where people have so much more added to the podcast than just a voice.
That's what I want to get to.
I want to get to that too, but I'm fucking dumb when it comes to like coding and animating and shit like that. Shit's hard.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I mean, you need a team.
Shit. Yeah.
We need a team.
Yeah.
We need a team.
We're gonna say this on every episode so we get a team.
We need a team.
But
we need the Avengers to band together. Right now, we are I don't watch Marvel. I'm sorry. What's his name?
Which one? Iron Man?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, we're Nick Fury.
We're Nick Fury.
Alright, I'm Nick Fury and you're
Iron
Natasha
Man.
Romanoff.
Okay, I don't know who it is.
It's Black Widow.
Sounds like something Stroganoff. Romanoff, Stroganoff.
You're Natasha Stroganoff.
You're Stroganoff.
You're Stroganoff to Natasha. Boom!
Romanoff. I'm Romanoff, the Stroganoff. Bars!
Barsies. But not,
we do need a team.
We need a team for sure, yeah. We need a team. But yeah, dude, like I think that's where podcasts are going. Like I think it's gonna become a lot more like visual than just like how can we get this shot to look right of the studio, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna do what I want to do and have a podcast in character. What I'm saying is I think like companies like Adult Swim and fucking whoever the fuck owns Pokemon and whoever the fuck owns like My Hero Academia and fucking all these different like super big shows that have like very well-known characters with well-known following type shit are gonna enter into the podcast space, in my opinion.
That's meta as fuck, though.
It's super meta, but also like
think about it, because it's just like you're diving into the world deeper, though. And
think about like if you love a character enough to get that bitch tatted on you, you're gonna listen to that podcast.
Yeah.
So for these companies to see that market and not tap into it would be almost a mistake, in my opinion.
Like if you had Steven Universe and then you had Pearl and fucking Garnet.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one's name?
Amethyst.
If you had them all on a podcast and Steven just comes around and be like, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just on a pod, just voice acting. That shit would be gas.
Or you have like Morty having an episode and fucking in the middle of an episode fucking you hear just like Rick come in and fucking say, Morty, we got an adventure, drag him out. You hear the portal fucking sound and then you just dead air for like 20 minutes because he got dragged out of his middle of his recording to go do an adventure type.
You know, technology was advancing as it has now, and
right.
anyone could. You don't need a radio studio anymore to create what you want to.
It's true.
I mean, relatively, you still need a team to kind of build.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to record a podcast out of a radio station. All the equipment and setup and team is already there, but it costs money.
Exactly. So, I mean, relatively anyone can do it. I think Joe Rogan was... I mean, regardless, he did already have money and he also had a following. So, I mean, it was a little bit easier for him. But he did kind of set that precedent of, you know, anyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which anyone can, but not everyone's going to be Joe Rogan. So, not anyone else can be Joe Rogan at this point.
Yes.
And I mean...
Well, no one should want to be Joe Rogan. It's a nice blueprint, but...
I mean, especially like any other podcast, even when you look at comedian podcasts and stuff, it's all kind of similar now.
Yeah.
I think we're all waiting because there are audio dramas. We've talked about this before, and different people who do stories, which I don't listen to them as much. But when they take that next level, I think that's when those start blowing up more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people love true crimes because you're, you know, oh shit.
Well, I think the thing about true crime is just like people don't really like step into that world like as much, and necessarily whenever you're thrown into that, you're like, whoa, this really happened? Wait, this is fucking wild. Go back, run that back because this actually fucking happened. This is a real story that like they found out like the cold, some of them are cold cases and shit like that. Those are fucking weird. You're like, oh, so this guy's still out there? Wait, hold on.
And to be good at those, you have to do a lot of research too.
For sure.
You gotta really be well versed.
Well, for sure, because you're actually putting like real people's, I don't know about names, but like actions, lives, and like if it's still an open case in certain situations, and like you may like be able to like, what's the word, be held in like contempt of court or some shit like that if you're not spreading like accurate information about something that's going on or has happened, you know what I mean?
That's true. I'm gonna get back on that. I just wanted to bring this up because it just hit my brain.
Brain hitter.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Krista Lee is back on tour.
Is that crazy?
With Theo Vaughn and Casey Fry.
I mean, is that crazy though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why?
They had multiple charges against him. I guess he beat him, maybe?
I mean, even if he did or even if he did the things that he was accused of, did you think he was never going to go back? Is on some shit where it's like, I haven't seen a case confirmed. Shit. He might have did nothing wrong. This could all just be fake news, fake reports. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you gonna do? They're gonna spend their hard-earned money on a dude that potentially touched little girls. Yeah, I can't hold them for collecting that cash if they're gonna let them do it.
Such a weird tour group too.
It's weird as fuck. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Theo's maybe trying to like throw him a bone.
Who, Chris?
Yeah.
Like
Because
Chris?
it's probably Theo's tour, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I would say so. It would make most sense. For sure not Casey Fry's tour.
Definitely not.
I think honestly though.
What the fuck is Casey Fry gonna go out there and do? Like record a YouTube video?
I think he does like improv.
I'm just kidding.
This shit's funny. I mean, he's really good at.
No,
like,
he
character,
is.
like,
I'm
his
just saying, I
character,
haven't
like-
seen any stand up from him whatsoever. I'm not trying to disrespect the guy. I was just making the joke.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, cause who was it? Noel Miller came. Remember, I wanted to go, but then I was thinking
He's
about it. I
here
don't
last
think he'd
night.
be that. Yeah, I don't think he'd be as good as
I was thinking about
he
it.
Might be good.
I don't know. I mean, I think most of his jokes in his videos seem written, seem calculated. You know what I mean? Not all of them hit, but I'd say he has like at least some potential to be able to be a good stand-up. I mean, I don't know.
Oh
if he
yeah, I
doesn't.
mean, I'd say like he has like the skin. I'd say the thick skin to actually build on something. Can't find anything. I saw the picture on Instagram. It was all three of them though. Like they were at a show together. They might have just been performing in the same night because that happens sometimes too. They might not even be on tour.
But you're saying that like him performing at all through what he
Yeah, it's
did
kind of
is
crazy. I was just like,
crazy.
what?
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But,
I didn't either.
I'm not that surprised by it.
Let's
Though.
take it back a little bit. Yeah, no, but pushing onward. Speaking of comedians, I just wanted to say.
At some point, like you're gonna have a shitty episode or a shitty guest, or someone's gonna interpret who someone is. Like, because that's the thing. It's like he does have the people he wants to have on, but also it's like, how are these people coming to his slate? Like, someone has to be like, hey, this person has to be on the show. Do you want to have them on? You know what I mean? Or like, I feel like there's got to be more than just like him setting his own calendar. There's no way he set up 1,700 fucking.
Oh,
guests.
no way.
You know what I mean?
I think also, I mean, he has had a lot of anti-vax or
Yeah.
people on recently, so it is very sus, and you could say
My thought
they're
process.
not pushing an agenda, but
My thought process on it is like, he has his own agenda on that. Like, not saying he has an agenda, like there's a ulterior motive, but he has his own thought process on the vaccines and masks and whatever is going on with all the fucking media shit. to be fair, everyone that has called him out for spreading misinformation, it's like, well, relatively, he's relaying information that he got from someone else, whether he believed it or not.
Which is just what everyone else is doing.
So relatively, it's like if he's spreading misinformation, that's just relaying that misinformation is being spread by a lot of fucking people. Because I mean, to say that he has this following and he should be responsible for things that are said on the podcast, it's like, it's a chaotic ass podcast. You're fucking talking to someone for 3.5 hours. Fucking like, your true feelings are gonna come out. Like how you really feel about things is not gonna be able to be hidden for that fucking long. So relatively, in my mind, I feel like if he is spreading misinformation, then like correct it. Don't be out here like, how dare you do this and how dare you do that. How about you try and make an effort to make a positive change in the media by spreading what you deem to be information, not misinformation. All you're doing is spreading hate for someone that spreads misinformation in your opinion. And that's what I'm saying, is like, I can't say I agree with him on the vax shit or disagree with him on the vax shit. I don't really know what his stance is entirely. I just know what he puts out on the show. You know what I mean? This, in my opinion, is like when you get $100 million for a podcast, like, you don't have to be yourself on that bitch. You can put on a character. Like, this man has worked for Fear Factor. This man has been a lifelong comedian. To say that he is himself, that if you meet Joe Rogan on the podcast and meet him outside, it's like, I'm not saying he isn't, but I'm also not going to go out on a limb and say he is that same person 100%. You know what I mean? Like, this could always, at some level, be a fucking trope of characterizing something. You know what I mean? Just stepping into a character because you know it's going to trend, because you know it's going to pop off on Twitter, because you know it's going to get hate on your podcast. But you know what? How you get hate on your podcast? By clicking play. You know what I mean? Like, you have to listen to his shit to be able to say this is where he went wrong. So relatively, if I'm him, I don't give a fuck if you like or don't like what I say. This is how I feel, or maybe it's not. Relatively, you're listening anyways. I don't give a shit. I'm collecting a check.
I think the biggest thing for me is I would like I said before, he does have a lot of people on there. It's questionable as of recent, but also where I stand is how crazy it is recently. You know, this whole thing where people are like, I'm gonna take my music off and stance of whatever, and then people are like, oh, they're taking a dip, even though a bunch of other stocks also took dips. Aside from that, a bunch of washed up artists who said, I'm gonna take my music, no offense to them, I mean, they had their heyday, you know, but
right.
You're old and gone. Your music's not getting played as much as half people on Spotify. I guarantee you there's one artist getting all their views combined. So, like, them getting taken off is not that big of a deal. But aside from that even being stated, it's just, you know, now Spotify is trying to reconstruct their app. And it's like, when we were watching a video, it said, they're not a record label. You know, they're not Sony. They're not anything big producing, you know. They're not the ones putting this shit out or allowing it.
They're a platform for release. They're not someone to get that, like, art to the point of release necessarily.
Yeah. So, and then allowing the creator to have freedom to create, right? But then also making sure that I guess viewership feels like they have a safe space. I get it, I guess, but then it's also just to the point where he stated, I'm just a guy having conversations. I mean, if you're putting your whole stakes...
I'm not a scientist. I'm just having conversations with people that are smarter than me. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Like, at that point, you understand, all right, what I'm about to hear is an opinion. Or you're dumb and you're like, I gotta reply to this. This is how he really feels. He's spreading misinformation. It's like... Or he just prefaced that this is an opinion coming out. And you know what they always say, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Doesn't mean it's fucking right. Doesn't mean it is anywhere near the word information. It's a fucking opinion.
The mic talking to a
guy isn't who he said he is. It's just like, all right. You've been waiting for this moment for how long?
I'm just sitting here thinking, he's not God. He's not like Joe Rogan isn't the voice of the people.
Right.
He's just a guy who does a podcast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the funny thing is, people who are mad at him are saying things like that. But if you know that's the case, then why are you mad?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you have.
By both people not caring about the other person's opinion.
And the thing is, once again, I don't really watch his stuff religiously like that. You know, here and there I watch clips and I watch different people that I find interesting because he has such a wide range of people. You know, I'm not going to want to watch everybody per se. Or I might find someone new. It doesn't matter. But it's just so crazy to me because just him alone. I mean, his following comes from, of course, his accolades. You know, him being being in UFC, being a hunter, being a comedian, hosting a show, Fear Factor. You know, so of course he's gonna have a group of people that are gonna want to listen to him. You know, he's been in a wide variety of things. He knows somewhat of what he is talking about to a degree. You know,
Right.
in a lot of fields. That doesn't mean that he's gonna have all the answers, and that doesn't mean he's always gonna be right. I'm not saying I agree with everything he says or all the people that he has on, but also I don't watch him enough to really, and when I do, I'm not taking everything he says as facts, because I understand that he is just a comedian, hunter, UFC guy, with a mic who wants to have conversations with other people to get perspective.
Additionally, that's not to discredit his opinion, it's just to say that everything he says is opinionated. I mean, some things he can prove with a stat sheet that Jamie pulls up, but relatively, if it's just like shit talking, then like relatively it's just shit talking. Let's get that clear. Like, no guy that says like to beat his ass really probably would have beat his ass. It's just talking shit, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody that has those words come out of their mouth are really ready for that type of action. That doesn't mean they're not gonna say it. That doesn't mean they mean it when they say it. It just is talking shit. Let's just be real.
It's like, for instance, if you had Sean Evans give you COVID advice, would you take it? Probably not, but you're not going to give him shit because you know he just does interviews for guests on a Hot Wings show.
And just
Joe
because
Rogan's not that far from that, to be realistic.
To be realistic, yeah. I mean, Sean Evans is on that trajectory. I feel like Sean Evans should have his own like solo podcast. Sean, if you're listening,
he has like I think he has like a First We Feast podcast.
That's what I was gonna say. It's still with the network. I feel like he should do his own shit.
I mean, I think that is his network.
I don't think it's his network. I think he works for them.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, because the show Hot Ones was his idea, like him and one other person.
Yeah, but I
created
mean,
Hot Ones.
I think First We Feast is the network that produces it. I don't think that it.
Like
has
they went to a
anything do with
network.
their creations, yeah.
Or they went to like someone who had money, basically.
Probably.
Told them, hey, we have this idea.
Right.
And they built around Hot Ones. I think everything else kind of built around Hot Ones.
Yeah, because I mean, usually whenever it comes down to shit like that, if you have a really good idea and investors are really willing to do that, some investors will have that like hair up their ass where they're like, I want a piece of the creation here, you know what I mean? So I'll build a network and you can be on that network type shit, you know what I mean?
Because they already had like good guests out there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like, they were really popular even in season 1. it's just like because First We Feast, like they have other shows on First We Feast. Like
Yeah.
they have a bunch of other cooking stuff and like baking and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like they already had their following beforehand. So then Hot Ones idea, like creators, I don't know who exactly they are. I know it's Sean and some other people.
Here's one other guy. It was him and
But
one other guy that really, like.
they probably
worked it.
went straight up to First We Feast and told them like, "Hey, we got an idea that would go great on your network. If you guys are willing to fund, and we're willing to put out some episodes, and if it works for season 1, we can talk about doing another season after that type shit." Yeah, but honestly, like that just goes to show like a good idea can really change the world because all it takes is for you to have a great following on a great podcast or a fucking good show or a fucking even on TikTok at this point for people to start you to start influencing people to do or act in a certain manner. And if you get to over fucking 3 million followers, apparently you can start having a say on what is and isn't COVID.
I have a say on anything. It's
So,
just like
like-
when all that shit was happening with David Dobrik, people that don't know, he's a nice guy, I swear. Oh yeah, you know him? It's so sick. You watch his YouTube videos, so you know, yeah. He would never do. He gives his
I
friends.
saw him live.
He gives my friends cars. He's a great guy.
Shit's funny.
When you think of them, you really think of me. Did I show you that video?
No.
Where it's Meat Canyon's video.
Oh, I think I did too.
He's like, Dylan, I'm in crippling debt. This is the 7th Lamborghini. I work at a Taco Bell. You know how embarrassing it is to drive up in a like neon green Lamborghini to a minimum wage job? And he's like, you fucked me, Dylan. You really fucked me. He's like, no. He's like, what's your name? Like, what? He said, what's your name? He's like, I forgot what he says in the video. I forgot what his name. He's like, wrong. You're Dylan's friend. When they think of you, they really think of me, and that's who you are. That video made me laugh. So. He's a nice guy though. Once you get to know him.
Yeah, for sure. Aren't they all?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. It's what's that Cards Against Humanity card?
It said
My
my
abusive-
abusive boyfriend is really a great guy once you get to know him.
Tough one. Sorry, trigger for anybody. I just want to. That was a rough one. Just like he's really great once you get to know him. I swear he's a nice guy. No, but really though,
Yeah.
you should really come on, give him a chance. So what that he's done all these XYZ things? He's amazing.
But
He gave
like
me a car.
going back to it, like again, if you're listening to people on the internet for your news that
Except for
are
us,
up-
we know everything. We have the answers. When we talk, know it's the truth because we are fine and dandy entertainment. This is here, entertainment news. All your knowledge comes from this podcast. If you're here for knowledge, you're here for fine and dandy. If you're here for fine and dandy, you're here for knowledge. This is where you get your knowledge. Direct beam of knowledge to your brain. When you watch this, it's a direct beam of light that fucks you mentally and gives you knowledge.
Yes. You've heard of the CDC. We are the FDC Fine and Dandy Co.
FTC? Fine and Dandy, or FDK, Fine and Dandy Knowledge Edition.
Or Fine and Dandy
I mean, just like on YouTube, I mean, majority of YouTube is commentary videos. It's if you're YouTube honestly has so much more potential to be more than it is, but I mean, the videos they get likes are the same shit over and over and over again. Like you could easily like these days with a phone, you could easily put up some decent produced stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like some little skits, short films. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. To produce like a really good one, it's gonna cost money. But like something that seems relatable or like that connects to the audience. I mean, you're more capable of doing that. You don't see as much of that anymore. You see people wanting to just do relationship videos or commentary videos or everyone wants to be a Cody Co or everyone wants to be fucking Ace Family or prank videos or Mr. Beast. It's like fuck, man. Come on, look, I get it. The forefront's gone now. These people paved the way. Let's break through that shit. Let's do something new. Let's get creative. Let's figure some shit out. Trust me, we're working on it too. We're in the process. We also only have 2 people. We don't have a team. So remember, if you are a loved one
has ever dealt with mesothelioma,
no, please hit us up because we'll drop that knowledge. And that was this week's episode. Finding knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get over there?
Yeah, finding Danny knowledge, bro.
If you're creating something out there, try to push the boundaries. Create something different. Create something new. Don't just give the same shit. We don't need the same shit. We don't need the same shit that we get.
Unless you like shit.
Like for our podcast, we could easily do just a commentary podcast where we just pull up TikTok videos or fucking
I mean, yeah, but
YouTube videos.
You
know how many times it's been done?
That shit's not real. Like anybody that says anything outrageous, I feel like isn't even really like an opinion. I feel like they're just doing it for views at this point.
I mean, almost a ton of podcasts are doing that now. It's just pulling
most podcasts are
just videos.
Well, not even like pulling in videos. I'm talking about like just saying some outrageous shit, just whether it's good or bad, just knowing that somebody's gonna not like it.
It's a controversial. What's that one? It's like
you're talking about the dude, like the dude that has a podcast. Wait, which one?
I was gonna talk about like it's like 7 dudes, and they always have like girls on or something.
So I think it's only one dude. That's what I'm saying. It's like one dude and like usually maybe one other dude, but they usually have like a bunch of girls around the table. It's like a square table.
I feel dumber every time I watch.
It's like an Indian looking dude, right?
He might be Indian. He might be black. I don't think he's Indian.
I thought he was Indian. Maybe not.
Maybe.
The lighting
was the same person.
I think we are talking about the same person. He's always talking.
Hop back in the master's ship there and sail caught. It's like, and then it gets really controversial, and everyone's like,
You didn't like it. You
didn't like that one?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we didn't like whenever you were saying that we should fucking beg our fucking men to care for us. You piece of shit.
So you didn't like that one? I thought it was good. I thought we were talking about traditional values. I thought that was the topic. My bad.
There's, I guess, some traditional values that add up in certain situations. I guess.
Just hit that. Women should treat men like kings, but you also have to treat certain other person like king. So it's like, where are we going?
This is horrible. Like, why are we even going towards the tradition? Like, I get it. Like, but you have to. I feel like if you really do have traditional values, you have to have the ability to adapt to certain cultures and real life modernity that is existing. To say that, no, I wish it was how it used to be, only gets you so fucking far.
Nah, it changed. Like Kelly said, you gotta keep moving forward, bud.
Like, come on. It only gets you can only get so far before, like, you're buying a wife because you know that's your only option to be able to, like, get a woman to fucking respect you type shit and submit. That's real dark.
That is real dark. But yeah, you're right. A lot of podcasts. It's just like a lot of entertainment right now is just so conglomerated with just shit. You see that with a lot of the birth of it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's fighting for views or fighting for stuff. But I think long term, if you really just keep your eyes on the long term prize and quality, you're gonna burst through that, and you're gonna end up making something that's worth, like, lasting, rather than just bullshit. Like, you're making money now.
Somebody the other day told me, they were like, "Hey, what was that like Triple F podcast that y'all had?" I was like, "Far From Finished." They're like, "Yeah, I really like that one. I like y'all's podcast now, but I really like that one." I was like, "Same fucking podcast. What are we talking about? We just changed the fucking name."
What?
Exactly, dog.
Hold on, time out. No, someone didn't say that, but they're like, "Oh, I like that name." And I was showing some like old videos, like, "Oh, that name was kind of cool." Far From Finish was cool. The Triple F thing was cool. Far From Finish, like,
Yeah.
Far From Finish. I don't know. It just was like a little too like, we're far from finished.
Super far if you want to look at it.
Like. Yeah, no.
We're so far from being finished, we haven't even started.
Honestly.
What's up, dog?
Fuck it. We're changing the podcast again. Just knowledge. Just tune in, dude.
Just knowledge. That's the
No. It's knowledge.
No,
like
just knowledge, because then the initials would be
JK.
JK. We're just kidding. This doesn't have anything to do with knowledge.
JK. Just knowledge. Tune in. Fine and Dandy JK edition.
JK Rowling edition.
Just knowledge.
Just knowledge Rowling.
Just knowledge Rowling. Just
What if that
kidding.
was JK's fucking?
What if it was just kidding?
Just kidding Rowling.
Just kidding Rowling. JK. Got him. Nah, but we need to push the boundaries. Stop talking about the same old shit. People need perspective. They need to dive deep. I mean, yeah, we do still need stupid shit for entertainment. I'm not gonna lie. Some of that shit is gold to me. A lot of it sucks though. Like seeing the same stuff just to get people riled up. It's not entertaining to me. I mean, I guess to each his own. Yeah, everyone has their own audience.
Yeah.
Shit's overplayed, bro. Also, Kid Cudi's dropping Intergalactic this year. 2022 is his year. He's dropping Intergalactic. It's going to be a Netflix series and an album. He's going on a world tour. And I think he's dropping his second album later this year. So let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
It's the year of great things. 2022 starting off right already. Let's go. Because guess what? We're pushing the boundaries. We're dropping knowledge. We're gaining knowledge. We're learning things. We're elevating our minds.
We haven't even mentioned Doofles this episode.
Well, Doofles is just vibing. Doofles, drop that knowledge on him real quick.
Boom, 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 boom,
Knowledge. Knowledge. That was from our sponsors, Doofles.
Incorporated.
We don't have any sponsors. But,
Except for Doofles Incorporated.
Yeah, and that was our episode on the Hollywood Hills. So thank you for tuning in to this week's entertainment knowledge.
This week's
Abiding.
episode of
Knowledge,
Two Brothers.
Knowledge abiding citizens.
Far from fine and dandy.
Far from. Nah, I really like that one though.
You like that one?
Far From Finished was like my that podcast. I really enjoyed that one.
You know which one I like? Unconditional. Or what was it?
No, Rad. Did you like what was it?
Roy and Daniel.
It was Rad. Something
No, just Rad.
like Rad Family or some shit like that.
Sure.
Or Rad Boys. I don't think it was that.
Jack.
Unconventional Development.
Unconventional. I was
they don't
thinking
even know.
unconditional.
Y'all weren't even around for that one. Y'all don't even know that Unconventional Development.
Unconditional development would have been
Dude,
dope.
I think
too.
we have that. Honestly, if you go on.
Yeah, if you go to like episode 1 or 2 or 3.
That one was Unconventional Development originally. Fun fact, holy shit, dude. Y'all are getting knowledge dropped on you left and right. Holy shit, this
Knowledge drop.
dude, let's fucking fuck. I need to edit that in, just like fucking words come up. Knowledge drop every time like we get about fat. Knowledge drop. I'm writing that down right now, honestly. That's a fucking good idea. Y'all are witnessing history right now. This is a knowledge drop happening. Alright, I'm looking this up.
See, but also like.
So we're on episode 64, but if you go
No,
all the way...
we're on episode 66.
66. Fuck
This
yeah.
is episode 66.
Yeah, this is episode 66.
64 just dropped.
if you
65
go
is about
all-
to drop.
if
and
you go
then
all the
this
way-
is 66.
Yeah, dude, no, it's not even... So, like, it's not even considered an episode. So, like, the first episode says Far From Finished. So I went back and renamed it. But the second one on here doesn't even have any name. It just says a simple conversation. Because we hadn't even named anything. Honestly, y'all should go back and listen to that because I'm going to have to go back and listen because that has to be one of the wildest conversations.
That's going to be one of the
Oh,
worst produced
dude,
podcasts
fuck, no.
ever.
That was gold. No, honestly, one of the worst produced when it was me, you, and Darby.
Oh, dude.
Holy shit, that was terrible.
We had to cut that shit.
It was awful. He
Yeah.
wasn't even saying shit. He always had some shit to say except for that moment.
Yeah, I think it was off of Adderall that night, too.
It was terrible. Oh, so a simple conversation. He was for sure on Adderall that night.
Fuck yeah.
So and then after that, it goes to me and Roy for a few episodes, all the way up into. Dude, see, look, there's episodes on here that aren't even episodes. Like I didn't even title. It's all over the place because there's episode 3, and then there says season 1, episode 5. We have the power. And then it goes up. Oh, because I changed it to far from finished. So then you have episode 3 through 5. But go to a simple conversation.
Oh yeah, go watch these episodes.
No, go-
like, comment, subscribe.
Wait.
All these videos.
Wait, go all. Okay, I know we wrap up, but look, just go all the way back. Watch a simple conversation. It doesn't even have a video. It's just strictly audio. It's fucking terrible, but in the best way. In all the best ways. You're gonna love it. That's back. That was unconventional development right
That
there.
was super unconventional.
We are
I
honestly.
don't know who we were developing, but that shit was unconventional.
We're
as
still
fuck.
developing unconventionally, so dude, OG names. But now we're finding, because we've elevated, we're finding dandy now. But for real, go check out our old stuff. Fucking, we've really evolved. We've dropped some knowledge on you today. Continue to stay knowledgeable. Everyone, be easy breezy out there. This has been Fine and Dandy. Knowledge edition. Let's fucking go!
Stay knowledgeable.
Like,
dude.
comment, subscribe,
And
share to
stay
your friends,
hydrated.
share to your wives, your husbands, your children, your grandmas,
Your mistress.
Let's go! Let's go! Find you out next week. See you next week.